Hey everybody, this is IndieGeek, and today I'm taking a look at Xenonauts. This is a game from Goldhawk Interactive. It is now on Steam for Windows, available for $25. Basically, the idea behind this is that it is a spiritual successor to the original XCOM, and it's meant to kind of make it a little easier, as well as just kind of modernize the whole experience. So, what I'm going to do, I've spent maybe about an hour, but what I'm going to do is start a new game. I'm going to start on easy. I will apologize now. I'm bad at XCOM, and I'm also bad at Xenonauts. It kind of stands to reason that if you're bad at XCOM, you're also going to be bad at this, but at least some of the kind of like interface things are made easier. So the first thing you do is you pick a base. One of my favorite things, I guess, about this is that the developers have put a lot of care into making sure it's friendly for new players. So there's also a quick start guide for kind of recommended ways to start. And they recommend that you start with Northern Africa. You can name your base, but I'm just going to leave it as named as Northern Africa. So this is our base screen, and basically we've got all of our stuff for now. So we've got a couple of kind of fighter jets. We've got our kind of carrier ship that will allow us to move troops to crash sites, things like that. We've got workshops, all this kind of stuff. And what we're going to do here is that we're going to also build a few more things. You can see up in the corner we've got our funds, but for now we don't really have to worry too much about funds. We kind of just get to go wild for now. It won't be until a little bit later that we actually have to kind of be a little bit more careful. So for now, like, what I'm doing is I'm just starting with the things that the game suggests you to start with. So that's all I've done, and then we get kind of this Civilization style, or maybe like Paradox Interactive games style, like time mechanic where we can move through the time. Wow, we've already got a UFO. That's awesome. So I'm going to send out a ship here to intercept with it, move the time forward. Okay. Now this is interesting. We can engage it ourselves, or we can auto-resolve. I've moved to auto-resolving because I'm really bad at this, but I'll show off one of these. And also the auto-resolve is another thing that I think is really nice to kind of have in the game, because again it allows for a little bit of an easier time if you are bad at certain aspects of the game, like I am with this. So what I'm doing here is that I'm trying to take this ship out, and I am dead. Yep, that is pretty much my experience with this so far. The ship combat is not easy at all. So I did want to show that off, though. Basically what will happen now is that ship will just get repaired. It'll cost money, and then we'll have one less ship. So I'm going to auto-resolve this, because apparently it's supposed to be super easy, but I'm really bad at it. So there's that. That's how we do that. Then I'm going to move the time forward just a little bit. Let that happen. And then what we can do is we can go to the crash site, which will allow us to kind of go into the second half of the game, if that makes sense. So kind of the first part of the game is taking care of our base. And then beyond that, the other goal of the game here is, taking out these UFOs and doing things like capturing alien technology, capturing aliens, things like that, so that we can actually improve ourselves. So, alright. Oh, so that is an alien right there. What do you know? So we are just going to, right off the bat, start taking shots, I guess. And the combat is really interesting. Anyone who's played XCOM will be immediately familiar with this combat system. If you have not played XCOM, just kind of bear with me and I will try and explain things as we go. Basically, I'm taking pot shots here that really have very little chance to hit, but that's fine. Let's go up here maybe. You can see down on the right. Whoa. Didn't realize that was all going to come out. But you can see our health, you can see our ammo, and you can see our kind of stamina for moves is the green bar. So you can only take so many actions during a turn. Alright, so we were able to take him out, which is good. And then I guess we will wait there. And everyone else we want to get moved up into just like kind of strategic, safe positions. As you can see, we've got kind of like a fog of war thing going on. That is super typical for this kind of game. And you know, I think this part is, again, like it really exemplifies what makes this, I guess, maybe worthwhile to play, whether you played a lot of the original XCOM or not. Personally, I've played some of the original XCOM. I was always very bad at it, so that was kind of like the biggest draw to this game for me, was finding out that it's supposed to make things a little easier, make things a little more user-friendly, I guess. Although there is, you know, that's not to say that it's easy by any means. There's certainly still quite a bit of difficulty. Actually, let's go check out what's over here. Just make sure everything's okay. Okay, cool. So we're fine there. I'm just kind of opening some doors. Opening doors does take a lot of action points, though. But, of course, we were just trying to see if there are any aliens. Ah, okay. So there is one. Perfect. So we're gonna see if we can kind of like strategically move into here. Oh, this is cool too as well. You can see, because there are things between the alien and I, like the barrels and the box, that actually lowers our percentage chance because it counts as things that are blocking. But it also, of course, would then lower their chance of hitting us as well. So just kind of like nice interface things, in my opinion, that really help. You know, really help you just kind of make sure that you know what's going on at all times. And that was always kind of one of my complaints, I guess, about the original XCOM games, is that they were pretty difficult to always know exactly what was happening. But I think this is... Ooh, I did not think at all about having that guy into cover. Okay, so what happened there was like a reaction shot. If someone has leftover action points at the end of a turn, they can potentially take another shot if there's an alien within range. So it is smart sometimes to leave your kind of action slots open, I guess, if that makes sense. So yeah, I think that kind of covers like what's going on with the gameplay. I think what really kind of stands out to me as being important in this game is, you know, I guess kind of the differences between not only the old XCOM games, but also the differences between this and XCOM Enemy Unknown, because that was, you know, made by... Oh, where's the alien? Oh, sneaky, sneaky. Okay, well, we're gonna get some people into position here. That dude we do not want hanging out. So, I think what I'm gonna do... Yeah, you're seeing the same alien. You're fine. Relax, man. Alright, is that all you wanted to do? Okay. Yeah, so... Okay, so I don't want to attack with him. How many moves? Oh, cool. So I could probably move up here and still take a shot. Oh, I missed. That's no good. Yep, and I don't have enough to take another shot. Okay. I think... Okay, here's what I want to do. I think I want to move some of these guys out here. So, you know, at its core, this is definitely like a strategy game. And I guess that's kind of where like my kind of breakdown happens as far as how well I play the game, because I'm pretty bad at strategy games in general. So, you know, that's kind of, I guess, where my difficulties with it come in. Luckily, there are a lot of difficulty options on this, so you know, just I was on easy, and I think that is a pretty good difficulty for me as far as what I've tried out so far. Nice. Oh yeah, there we go. Okay. Alright, nothing there. That's good news. You don't really have enough action points to do anything. Oh, there's the enemy ship. Okay, I think that's what we want to get to. I'm looking around. Yeah, I'm thinking the enemy ship is kind of our target here. So we're gonna move there and see what happens. So yeah, anyways, I wanted to get into, I guess, some of the differences, some of the standout things that make this, you know, better or worse. I personally have not played too much of XCOM Enemy Unknown, but I have watched a lot of people play it. I've played maybe a couple hours of it myself. Not enough to really have like too many kind of like strong opinions on the game either way, but I think what kind of the goal with that game was to kind of take the core of XCOM and make it pretty. You know, kind of turn it into almost like a 3D interface at some points. Okay, this is interesting. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Reaction fire. Okay, let's get you out of the way. Can I not? Oh, do I have to walk in? There we go. Ah. Okay, that's fine. I guess what I'll do is just kind of get in some positions to take some shots, but try and keep everyone safe here. And then I feel like this game is more about providing kind of like an experience that's true to the original XCOM, but again, like I said, making it a little more accessible for people, and I think that it succeeds on all accounts, really. You know, of course, like the other things to mention are... Oh, that was really nice. Oh no! Fudge. That can happen. Okay, I'm gonna end my turn, see what happens. Oh, okay. Oh, is all they did close the door? That's really good. For me, anyways. Yep, I know. You jerk. Yeah, from like an art perspective, I think they've also done a really, really good job of, you know, kind of keeping the original XCOM feel, but at the same time making it, you know, I guess just feel like a little better looking. Like it, you know, all the graphics are upgraded. And I think it looks great. You know, it does still have some of the same kind of XCOM issues of, like, you're gonna miss way more than you hit. You know, there's still kind of like the problems of sometimes your teammates will freak out and go berserk and shoot other teammates, which always feels like a really strange reaction for them to have. Oh, I was really hoping that would hit. Okay, let's see if we can finish this off. 41%. 52%. Yes! We did it. We did it, Reddit. Okay, so that's good. I didn't lose anyone. We you can see here we recovered a bunch of stuff, which will allow us to research alien technologies and kind of use them to our advantage. Yeah, I mean, I'd say that was like pretty much a textbook kind of mission there, honestly. Yeah, holy cow, we're not even done researching alien invasion, so I'm gonna let some time pass. And I think this is probably about where I'm gonna end up for the video. I think this gives kind of a good overview of both parts. Sorry I wasn't a little farther into the game. I have not been doing very well. It definitely takes some time. Like I said, I've put about an hour in, which isn't much, honestly, for a game like this. But that was probably the best that I've done the first crash site. So, you know, you will get better if you, if you've never played XCOM and you get this and you're not doing great, you will get better. I promise you. That was just because we finished a research, so now we can start a new research. We're going to start high-speed interceptor research. But yeah, I think this is about where I want to end it off. I mean, my thoughts are that this is just like a really, really excellent kind of reimagining of the original XCOM. I'm probably going to put way more hours into this than I ever did in the original XCOM, because I feel like it's, like I said, for the most part, it's just that it's more accessible. But it also just feels like a much more polished version of that game, which, again, is also a really big advantage, I guess, to the game. Is that, the graphics, the interface, all that kind of stuff has been redone and made to look better, made to feel better, made to be easier to do from the get-go. And I think that is, just part of what makes this whole package strong. Honestly, if you are a fan of XCOM, this is like a no-brainer. You need to get Xenonauts. It's not even really a choice. Like, if you liked the original XCOM games, you should go pick this up now. If you wanted to get into the original XCOM games but always found them a little kind of overwhelming, I'd say that this is probably the solution to that, because that's basically where I fell, was that I've always loved the idea of XCOM, just never been able to really get into it. This changed that for me. This is like my XCOM. This is what I can get into. And I think that this will probably bring in a whole new audience to the XCOM games. So I think that's basically kind of my piece on it. Super easy to recommend if you like strategy games or if you like XCOM at all. So yeah, I think that is where I will leave off. As I said, there will be a link in the description that will take you directly to the Steam page. And with that, if you feel like commenting, feel free to comment. If you want to see more of my videos every single day, then feel free to subscribe to the channel. And of course, if you liked my look at Xenonauts, then please do consider clicking the like button. But with that, I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.